Usually when people place a call to 911, it's probably to report a disturbing incident, a suspicious person, or an emergency. But what about crazy times when people called 911 after killing a relative, or when people called 911 to order pizza when they were in deep trouble and hoped the operator would get the message? In this video, we will look at some of the most shocking and bizarre 911 calls that shocked dispatchers. In Longwood, Florida, 911 received a bizarre call. It was a call from a man who claimed to be at a wedding in a clubhouse. He reported he was feeling weird and he felt like he was on drugs or probably an allergic reaction to a food that he did not know. On February 19, 2022, in Longwood, Florida, about 50 guests attended a wedding reception at the Springs Clubhouse.
Wedding guests cheer as the bride makes a stunning walk down the aisle. The bride is radiant in her beautiful lace gown. The dashing groom looks as happy as any man can be. The lovebirds literally tie the knot. And they're pronounced husband and wife.
The wedding became a weed-fueled disaster after several guests took the desserts and baked lasagna laced with cannabis. One of the guests who was feeling weird as a result of the marijuana called the emergency line. The police responded to the emergency call, and on getting there, several other attendees of the wedding needed medical attention aside from the man who initiated the 911 call. The 42-year-old Florida bride and her caterer, Joycelyn Montress Bryant, loaded the meal at the wedding with marijuana. None of the guests present at the wedding were aware of this. Unfortunately, the plan failed and was exposed when their guests became so ill and had to be rushed to the hospital.
Sick wedding guests started calling 911. 2 had to be hospitalized. One guy was found wandering and asked police for help.
What would you suggest I do?
Well, I would not drive in your condition, so you probably want to take
One of the guests told the police she felt numb and helpless and her mind was playing strange things in her head. Another guest was so drugged that he had difficulty operating his cell phone just to order an Uber to take him to a hospital. The police took samples of food and silverware to test it, including the bowls, glasses, and plates that were used at the wedding.
Yeah, fire department's seen about 3 more people up at the entrance that aren't feeling good, so everyone's, seriously? Yeah. Might be transporting a couple more people to the hospital because of this.
Yeah.
So.
Is there any food inside at all? Was there any food taken from here?
To further get to the root of the matter, all the wedding guests were also tested for drugs. As expected, the result was cannabis positive, and THC was discovered both in the system of the guests and from the food samples collected at the wedding. They are now being charged with violating Florida's anti-tampering laws, delivery of marijuana, and culpable negligence after guests fell ill from the drugged dinner. The tampering charge carries a maximum punishment of up to 30 years in prison.
Phone call at first glance quickly turned out to be a call for help. Luckily for an Ohio woman, her 911 dispatcher was listening very carefully.
On the 13th of November 2019, an Ohio woman placed a call to 911 and ordered pizza. At first, the dispatcher was confused and confirmed if the woman truly called 911 to order pizza.
I would like to order a pizza at...
You called 911 to order a pizza?
Yeah, apartment.
The dispatcher informed her that she had just called the wrong channel and tried to end the call. But the woman insisted and claimed that the dispatcher was not understanding her.
This is the wrong number to call for a pizza.
No, you're not.
I'm getting you now.
It was at this point the 911 operator realized that something more serious was going on. There was more to the call than a wrong pizza order. As soon as the dispatcher, Tim Tenick, realized that it was a coded call, he was smart enough to start asking yes or no questions. And the woman continued responding as if she ordered.
Is the other guy still there?
Yep. I need a large pizza.
All right. How about medical? You need medical?
No. With pepperoni.
According to the Oregon Police Department, the caller was a 38-year-old daughter of a 57-year-old woman. Her mom's boyfriend, Samuel Ray Lopez, came home drunk around 9 p.m. and allegedly punched her mother in the arm and pushed her around his house. He did these while yelling at her, threatening she was going to hurt her. Tenick was able to get the pizza message and immediately alerted the police of the domestic violence. The police arrested the 56-year-old Simon Lopez and was charged with 1 count of domestic violence, knowingly cause or attempt to cause physical harm to the family or household member. He was taken into custody on a misdemeanor domestic violence charge. Although Lopez denied hitting the caller's mother, he was held at the Lucas County Correction Center in downtown Toledo. If you are wondering what could be more disturbing than this, the next call will make your jaw drop. On the 8th of February 2019 in New Jersey, a woman named Nakira Griner called 911 to report her 2-year-old son, Daniel Griner, missing. The mom claimed her little boy was abducted from his stroller during the walk. On getting this frantic 911 call, the dispatcher asked Nakira a series of questions, but she was responding with tears. This made it hard for the call operator to understand what she was saying.
911, where's emergency? Hello? Hello? Can you tell me where you're at? Hello? Can you hear me? Hi, this is 911. What's going on there? What's the address? Are you at a house? Are you in the street? What? You're hiding? Okay. Are you in a house or are you on the street? You're on the street? All right. Are you at a corner, like an intersection? Okay. All right. Don't move where you're at. Okay. Who are you hiding from? All right. What's your name? I need you to listen, ma'am. Ma'am, I need you to try to slow down, okay? What is your name? Okay, listen, I'm really trying to understand you, but it's really difficult while you're crying. Try to take a deep breath, slow your breathing down, and tell me what's going on so I can help you. Do you know where you're at all? What? You're walking to the store? What's the name of the store? Walgreens? And what happened to you? All right, listen, don't hang up the phone, okay? I'm going to get the police on the phone. Don't hang up.
Bridgeton Police.
It's County. I have a female on the line. It was originally a 911 hang-up. I called it back, and it's a female that's crying. Said that she's hiding. Her GPS put her at South Giles and New Street, near that intersection there. Ma'am, are you still on the line? It sounds like she disconnected again. She is having some sort of emergency, but I can't understand what she was saying through the crying. She said something about her baby and that she was walking towards Walgreens when it happened.
All right. Out there.
Thank you so much.
All right, bye.
Bye. All right. Do you know where you're at right now? Can you describe what you see around you?
I was running.
Who are you running from?
Someone pushed me.
All right. Where are you right now? What do you see around you? Do you see a house number?
I'm in bushes.
You're in where?
I'm in the bushes.
The bushes of where? Are you on Giles Street? Do you know? I'm going to call 911 back so I can get a better location on you. All right, do me a favor, call 911 right back. 911, where's emergency? All right, the phone, okay. Are you injured? Do you need an ambulance?
My side hurts.
Were you jumped?
I think you put me on the ground.
All right. Is your child injured too, or no?
I'm holding my baby. He's crying.
Okay. Your baby's injured as well?
I fell on top of him.
You fell on top of him? How old is he?
I'm holding.
How old is he?
Up here.
Do you see the police?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to start an ambulance over there as well, okay? And how old is your son? 8 months. Is he conscious? Okay, and you fell on his head, ma'am?
But this whole story she narrated was fabricated, but she kept on changing the story. As soon as the Bridgeton police were informed, They swung into action and began a rigorous search. Shortly before 3 a.m. the next morning, the dogs tracked down the scent of the baby and led the police into Nakira's backyard. Daniel's body was found buried in the yard of his mother. Nakira had struck her 2-year-old son so hard and left bruises on his face. She struck the toddler to death, burned the boy, and dismembered his body before burying the body in her yard. The autopsy revealed he died of blunt force trauma and his skull had been broken into 74 pieces.
Nakira actually kept changing her story. Investigators got suspicious and put her through a polygraph test, led police to obtain a search warrant of Nakira's home. And with the help of canines, they uncovered the remains of her son, Daniel, who was only 23 months old. Nakira burned, dismembered, and stuffed her own son into a purse and buried it under a shed in the backyard. An autopsy concluded that Daniel's death was a homicide caused by blunt force trauma with multiple bone fractures.
Nakira was arrested and charged with first-degree murder, second-degree endangering the welfare of a child, second-degree desecration of human remains, and fourth-degree tampering with evidence. On Tuesday, February 21, 2023, the long-awaited justice was served. She was sentenced to life in prison with no chance of parole for the 2019 death and dismemberment of her 23-month-old son, Daniel Greiner. I know you must have enjoyed this video. So what are you waiting for? Like this video and hit the subscribe button for more of these bizarre stories.